how I thought the gameplay would look like.
Yeah.
How the gameplay actually looks like. What's up? My name's Tokikaza, and today we'll be reviewing Palworld. It was a regular Friday evening. I wasn't doing anything special. Until suddenly I saw a new drop on Steam called Palworld. I went through the description, watched the trailer, and as soon as I realized this was a Pokemon game, I did what anyone would do if they were me. But before we start, it would be nice of you if you subscribe and hit that like button. What? You thought I'd move on without making sure you did that? Okay, good job. I know some of you still skipped it, but I'll catch you some the first time. Right, ladies and gents, this is a Pokemon game, where you can catch them, or kill them, or make them work for you, or kill other players, or catch them to kill other players. You should have gotten the idea by now. Yes guys, this is a multiplayer survival game with Pokemons, which are called pals in this game for some reason. That being said, this game seems to be offering a fine balance between surviving, developing, catching Pokemons, exploring the open world, and fighting other players. And that's exactly what makes this game not just another Pokemon game, but an actual authentic open world survival, where you choose to use certain creatures to your advantage, balancing between making sure you have enough supplies, food, weapons, technologies, and pals to be able to take on more powerful enemies, beat another pal or another player. So far, Palworld is available for PC and Xbox users only, and unfortunately I don't think it's going to be available for PS5 owners anytime soon. Now, I don't want to be the party pooper, but I do need to get into some details of the game mechanics that all of you should be aware of before you start playing this game. Oh, please kill me if I get too boring with details. Alright, here we go. Let's start with something obvious. The pals. Yes, you will be able to team up with them and make them work for you. But let's face it, you will need to kill them as well, no matter how cute they might be. And yes, this part is a bit sad, but no worries, you'll get used to it. Somehow it doesn't sound right. Anyway, as I said previously, you will have a chance to capture them and use them to your advantage. You can do it by crafting a sphere. There are several kinds of spheres, ranging from a basic one to like a really advanced one, and throwing it at weakened pals after you find them. Many players be like, oh wow, this pal is so cute. Next second they'll be like. So the process is more or less identical to the one in the actual Pokemon series, so this does bring about some nostalgic childhood memories. Except for now you can attack Pokemons with guns, which is a step forward to modern day reality, I guess. Before you approach them, however, you need to make sure you've leveled up enough to be a match for them, because if you don't, this will end up happening. Otherwise, the process is quite straightforward. You come up to them, fight them, wear them out, and eventually throw the Pokeball, I mean the sphere, at them, and wait until the capture rate indicator reaches 100%. The funny part is, sometimes the capture rate might be showing as low as 30% or even 15%, but when you actually throw the sphere, it instantly goes up to like 65 or 70%. These insights may come in handy when you fight bosses or just stronger Pokémons, but be careful as it doesn't work in 100% of the cases. That is why you always need to come prepared, because otherwise they'll wipe the floor with your ass. After you've captured them, you either make them work for you at your base or use them as your Pocket Pals that you will be carrying with you and using as necessary. Remember, you can only use one Pocket Pal at a time. Alternatively, you can drop them off at your base, and when the base reaches a certain level, you will start building stuff where you will need specific pals to work on those stations. Alright, for the majority of you, all these technical details sound more like. So, for example, in order for you not to have to cut wood and mine stones all the time, and trust me, you will need those a lot. You will need to build a logging site and a stone pit, as well as a crusher for palladium elements. The example of the three pals that are fit for these jobs are Cativa for mining stones, Deers for lumbering wood, and Penguin for watering the crusher. You need to keep in mind that there are 111 pals in the game that you can catch, and some of them are a good fit for specific job tasks at the base. You can check that by going to Pal Deck and simply hovering over a pal, and on the right hand side you will see all the info about the pal and what it is good at. I'll be posting a separate video about pals and how you can use them, so stay tuned. Now that we got pals out of our way, we can talk about other stuff in the game. You will need to build yourself a base where all the development will be taking place. The main attribute of a base is the pal box, and the only way to level up your base is to level up your pal box. For you to do that, you will need to research new technologies and, having accumulated enough resources, build them within the circle of your base. As soon as you build all the required stuff at a specific level, Palbox will signal you that it is available for an upgrade. As for the Palbox itself, its primary function, as you may have guessed already, is... I was supposed to add drumrolls sound here, but I will keep embarrassing myself, so... storing your pals. Who would have thought, right? It also gives you a chance to deploy a specific number of pals to work in your base, and that number corresponds to the level of the pal box. Besides the pal box, the base contains some essentials like workbenches, a house, one for you and one for pals. You will build a house for your pals, right? Otherwise, I'll have to contact the authorities due to ill treatment of pets, and trust me, last thing you want to do is wake up to police officers showing up at your doorstep at 7 a.m. on Sunday morning. And some other stuff like berry plantations, wheat plantations, food boxes, resource mines, and so on and so forth. Word of caution here, make sure not to place your pal box against an object, because if you do that, this will end up happening. Basically, your pals will get stuck without any possibility to move, and yeah, I learned it the hard way. So I had to work my way up to level 10 when the game allows you to create a second base, and I built my new base at a completely different location, but more on that in the following videos. But the game doesn't end here. In fact, it's just the beginning. The world itself is massive, and you'll spend a solid chunk of time exploring it. Heads up, you can use pals for that like Nightwing, that you can actually fly. There are fast travel checkpoints that upon discovering will let you fast travel among different locations. Some of those are pretty wild, so make sure to go there prepared. This game is designed to be a multiplayer, but playing it solo lets you have just as much fun, which honestly I did not expect. Typically, it would be quite lame just doing everything on your own, but not in Palworld. So it's up to you to choose whether you want to enjoy this game alone or play against other Pokemon tamers like yourself. There is also an option to create a separate server which can fit up to 4 people at the moment so that you can have fun with friends. I've heard that the creators are thinking of expanding the server to be able to fit up to 32 people, but if I'm not mistaken, the official announcement has not been made yet. Alright guys, I'd say it's good enough for starters. I'll keep playing Palworld and very soon I'll post more content about it. But for now, stay tuned and I'll see you in a bit.